Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many people does it take to put a bouquet in a pitcher?
Only two.
Greetings to all my guys, my gals, my non-binary pals. We are on this beautiful late summer afternoon in Marionville, Pennsylvania. We are assembled here on this orchard in a quiet corner of the Eastern Kingdom to celebrate the intention of two passionate, committed individuals to further join their lives together in the union of marriage. I speak, of course, of the marriage of Kyle and Marissa. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben Cooker, and like many of you, I've had the joy of watching the friendship between these two wonderful people grow over the past 7.5 years into the love to which we are bearing witness here today. Now, I had a couple of minutes set aside to try and articulate just how much your friendships as individuals and as a couple mean to me. And to be totally candid, it was pretty difficult to isolate a single titular memory, shared meaningful experience, or any of the kind of storied history that we've shared. At this point, I've known you guys for a little over a quarter of my life, which is kind of crazy to think about. Crazy even to hear me say it. So instead of picking, one single memory that I think best captures that, because it's impossible, how can you? Instead, I'd like to talk just for another minute or so about salt. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am an avid cook and a big metaphor guy, but mainly the cook part. And historically, cooking has been something that's drawn me, Marissa, and Kyle together in the many different apartments and houses that we've shared as roommates. And the thing about salt that is so special is it's not this niche specialty spice that you only take out of the cupboard for the one-off meal that you're going to prepare, but salt is actually an element, and it's something that is used in every dish that you make. And it has this really wonderful effect in that it really makes each ingredient blossom and come into its true self. A meal without salt is bland. And like Marissa and Kyle, and I certainly feel this way, and I would wager to bet that many of you feel this way, that when you're around them, you can really be yourselves. And it's not so much that they bring the best out in people, there's certainly an element to that, but there's something that is just so warm and welcoming, your open-mindedness, your kindness, your empathy, that lets this wonderful community that you've built over the last several decades truly express who they are. And it's one of the reasons why I love you both so much and why this is such an honor to be here today is you truly do, it's a wonderful feeling to feel known and accepted and celebrated. And I am just so grateful to be here today to celebrate the two of you. So with that being said, on behalf of Marissa and Kyle, thank you all for journeying here. We've all gathered to share in this commitment they now make to one another, to offer our love and support, and to allow them to start their married life together, surrounded by the people dearest and most important to them. Your role here today is not a passive one. You're encouraged not only to celebrate the bride and groom on their wedding day, but also to remain a sustaining community for them. The winding paths of life have left Marissa and Kyle with a far-flung network of friends in both small towns and big cities across North America. There are those close to Marissa and Kyle who are not in attendance here today, but would celebrate us with us if they were. And I just wanted to take a moment to think of them now. If any of you still have wireless service, if you wouldn't mind switching your phones to silent, this afternoon's ceremony is going to be a brief one, as it is Marissa and Kyle's primary wish that you enjoy the beauty of this place in the company of the other friends and family who have traveled here to celebrate. Marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of human relationships. No ceremony can create your marriage, only you can do that. Through love and patience, through dedication and perseverance, through talking and listening, helping and supporting and believing in each other, through tenderness and laughter, through learning to forgive, learning to appreciate your differences, and by learning to make the important things matter. This ceremony affirms and solidifies the choice you have made to stand together as spouses and as partners in life. Now, a wedding is largely about symbols. Symbols are important and helpful because they make an idea and a value concrete and physical, something we can see and touch. They're helpful because they serve as a powerful reminder of a time and a place and a memory, a feeling and even a promise that may have faded over time. I invite you, Marissa and Kyle, to reflect on the joy and responsibility that awaits you. From today, being bound together in the commitment and intention of marriage means that each of you is a lifelong, safe place to love and be deeply loved by each other. This day represents so much for you both. Of course, it is the day you begin your lives together as husband and wife. Your wedding is a public proclamation of your love, made here in front of your friends and family. But beyond that, and most importantly, you are here to make promises to each other. The promises are the foundation of your marriage. Your vows are how you put your relationship into words, what it means today, and what it will mean for the rest of your lives. Now, Marissa and Kyle have written their own vows as a promise to one another, and I'd like to give them a little bit of time to exchange those.
To say that I'm the happiest lady alive, to be standing with you here today in front of our favorite people in the entire world, some of which are more intact than others, would be an understatement. Our journey here was not without its challenges. Some of those challenges were laughably small, like the discomfort of my roommates calling you dad before our second date. And the summer you walked around with the worst beard in the entire world to get back at me for insisting you grew out a mullet. Other challenges were much greater. As my first and only love, you were dragged along for every lesson that I've needed to learn about communication, trust, compromise, and patience. The things that you have done for me to help me, support me, surprise me, to make me happy, go above and beyond what any person deserves. You're all that I need. I love you and I like you. And just as we walk down the aisle into our marriage hand in hand today, I vow to walk beside you in whatever life brings. And so I walk with you into a lifelong of commitment of honesty, sincerity, happiness, friendship, security, and love. With you, I walk into opportunities to learn with you, grow with you, and heal with you. With you, I walk into adventures, disasters, celebrations, and catastrophes. And at the end of our journey together, I really hope you reconsider the mullet.
There are so many reasons that I could give for why Marissa and I belong together or how we complement each other, but I think what's drawn me to her the most throughout the last 7.5 years is her ability to better the lives of literally everyone around her. Whether it's through heartfelt conversation and an attentive ear, hours of sweat building a house for someone she's never met, or her impeccable gift giving skills. Marissa has dedicated her life to improving everyone else's. She wants every single person she meets to walk away with a smile. Since I met Marissa, I've become a more patient, compassionate, and giving person in every facet of my life. From small things like stacking our dirty plates at the restaurant to giving thousands of dollars to a desperate friend, there is literally no barrier to what she'll do to improve the life of everyone around her. I know that 5 or 25 years from now, I'll always be able to point to some habit that I picked up from her that spreads happiness to everyone I meet. We have so much to learn from each other, and I can't wait to kiss that face every morning for the rest of my life. I'll be there to rub your feet and calm me down, always. I'm incredibly lucky to have found someone as beautiful and smart as you. And like Leslie Knope says, no one achieves anything alone. And the things that you have done for me, to help me, to support me, surprise me, to make me happy, go above and beyond what any person deserves. You're all I need. I love you, and I like you.
Megan, what's up? We need that. Thank you.
Damn it, Megan.
Two people in love do not live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength with which they may nourish not only each other, but also the world around them. And in turn, we, their community of friends and family, have a responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast care, respect, and love, we can support their marriage and their new family they are creating. At this time, I'd like to ask the witnesses and honored guests here today a question. Do you offer your blessing for their marriage, promising to support them, understand them, and encourage them?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
If so, please say we do.
No, we
Hell yeah! Yes!
Right. Wait, that's it. Cheers.
Kyle, my friend, if you would place this ring on Marissa's finger and repeat after me.
Perfect.
I, Kyle,
Kyle,
give you this ring, Marissa,
give you this ring, Marissa,
as a daily reminder of my love for you,
as a daily reminder of my love for you,
with all that I am
with all that I am,
and all that I have,
and all that I have,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
as your husband.
as your husband.
Marissa, if you would please place this ring on Kyle's finger. And repeat after me. I, Marissa,
Hi, Marissa.
give you this ring, Kyle,
Give you this ring, Kyle,
as a daily reminder of my love for you,
as a daily reminder of my love for you,
with all that I am
with all that I am
and all that I have,
and all that I have,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
as your wife.
as your wife.
In love, no person is either giver or receiver. Rather, you occupy both roles. These rings are a symbol, in visible form, of the unbroken circle of your love, so that wherever you go, you may always return to your shared life together. If everyone would please join me in standing. By the power of your love and commitment, and the power vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. My friends, it is my privilege to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Pershke.
Another Pershke.
And I would like to invite Tim up to say a few words and officially bless this marriage.
I'm crying.
Put on your sunglasses.
Yeah, put the shades on. Everyone know.
You guys might want to sit down because this is long. All right. Paul wrote to the Corinthians way back when, and I think you've all heard this before, but it is beautiful prose. So let me get my glasses here so I can read this. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Love never fails. Say a short blessing for Cal and Marissa. Please bow our heads. Dear Lord, please protect Cal and Marissa. Please help them prosper. Help them be patient with each other. Help them love each other. Help them enjoy life. Amen. You're married.